I'm very honored to have been selected to speak today, and I'm grateful for everyone who's come out to support us. It's very exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. What if I mess up? What if nobody laughs at my jokes? So, I'm going to start with something I'm a little more comfortable with. Shoes. At around 45 pairs, and actually 47 as of yesterday, you could say I have a problem. And there's actually a new pair of KD6s. Those are Kevin Durant's signature shoes. They come out today that I really want to congratulate myself with. But we'll see. And I know what a lot of you are thinking. I can see the looks on all of my fellow classmates' faces. Why is he talking about shoes at graduation? Well, one, if you know me, you can understand, and two, just bear with me. Let's go all the way back to childhood. Remember those rocks you loved to search for out in the yard? What about that Pokemon you could never seem to be able to catch? What about the bugs that you caught and examined under the magnifying glass? Whatever the case may have been, there was one thing that all of these hypothetical kids have in common. They each had something that interested them beyond comparison. We need to continue this idea of following what makes us light up like the kid who got a bike on Christmas. Beyond the typical follow your passion statements we usually hear, I'm talking about something deeper. Within each of us, there's a fire that only gets set off by one or two things. No matter what our plans are for next year, I hope that we can continue to chase these kerosene-like points of interest throughout our lives. Whether that's shoes, bugs, rocks, Pokemon, or maybe even something to study in college. If I had to choose two things from my time in IB that most impacted the person I am today, it would be these lessons. First, never, ever, ever wait until the last night to write a paper, read the textbook, or start the project. As much as I love, and my classmates know this, getting up and winging a presentation, my profusive procrastination was only guaranteeing that the odds were in fact not in my favor. Beyond the freshman year lessons we all learn on procrastination, IB has provided me with something much more. The heavy workload of projects, papers, and presentations taught me to find the enjoyment within studying. Even though I might not be what you would call ecstatic to read about Stalin's love for bananas and cowboy movies, there was something special within the moments I spent reading that textbook. As I attempted to not wait until the last minute to do my history reading, a light bulb popped up on the top of my head, and I realized that I could get through whatever the assignment was so long as I found something in it that interests me. IB has led me to become the type of thinker who seeks out these light bulb moments. Mirroring Christopher McCandless, the young man who traveled from Atlanta to Alaska with little more than boots and a bag of rice, we must stand tall amongst the countless people who will tell us our ideas are too radical and impossible. I have learned to never be scared to question, challenge, and discuss any and all of the topics within the classroom. We cannot be afraid to change what was set before us. As Michael Jordan once said, some people want it to happen, some people wish it would happen, others make it happen. Find your it and make it happen. Don't put anything off, or the moment will pass. The second lesson that I learned was to get involved. And I don't mean just signing up for the Zumba class and dancing the calories away. I mean actually making a mark on the people and institutions around you. Some of us are already doing this. We've gone on mission trips to third world countries, turned a club sport into a sponsored varsity program, and organized a walk that raised over $70,000 for an important cause. We have to take advantage of this limitless tool known as the internet, as Gandhi said, to be the change we want to see in the world. Note, we are the first generation to truly be able to utilize this tool. Don't be afraid to try anything new, because you'll never know what it's like until you try it. As a shoe person, I feel this is a good time to throw in the just do it, but Nike doesn't really send me any sneakers for saying that, unfortunately. This wouldn't be a proper graduation speech without a story, so here's a quick one to close things off. I can vividly remember my first day at Midlo. Having recently moved from Chester, I didn't know a single soul. Fear not, though, for upon entrance of the building, I saw a glimpse of hope. It was a certain soon-to-be class president's baby blue basketball shoes. Of course it was shoes, right? I recognized him from playing basketball with his brother and him over the summer. This mystery man was my first friend at Midlo, and he's pretty great, but luckily it didn't stop there. I can personally attest to the friendly environment that Midlo students create. We work hard, but we have a lot of fun too. Legendary pep rallies and incomparable school spirit make Midlo truly feel like a second home. What we have here is special, but I hope that we can all bring this with us in the different directions we're headed. And just like those now grass-stained baby blue sneakers, we've emerged from high school changed. We are not the innocent, brace-faced freshmen that came into Midlo a mere 4 years ago. However, scuff marks and stains aside, there's still that hint of baby blue beginnings within each of us. And it's where we have come from that make us who we are today. Now, every family has their tense moments, but there's nothing like Midlo pride. Take that fire with you wherever you go next year. I'm fully confident in saying that we have been incredibly prepared for the real life that's coming very quickly. All right, class of 2014, here's the real deal. Make people offers they can't refuse. May the force be with you. There's no place like home, except college. Build that snowman, and as Grace said, just let it go. You all know that I had to throw a couple movie quotes in there. In all seriousness, we must remember where we have come from and the lessons we've learned there. We must chase after what turns the sparks in our hearts to bonfires. And we must do everything we can to leave the world in a better place and condition than the way we found it. Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce you our other student speaker, Morgan Ray.